morning and welcome to Love Every Moment, coming to you today from the Restored State Theater in Red Bluff, California. Today's verse is 1 Peter 4:12. Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal among you, which comes upon you for your testing, as though some strange thing were happening to you. Now, this seems like Peter is starting a whole new section, and perhaps he is. But at the same time, I don't think he's abandoning the things that he covered before. And when I was meditating on today's verse, I was drawn back to verse 9 that we covered back here, which says, be hospitable to one another without complaint. And you might say, well, what does that have to do with do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal among you? Here's where I'm going with that. I practice hospitality as many Christians do, and probably you do too. And whenever you practice hospitality, which is an act of Christian love, from a human point of view, you'll always lose at least a little bit. You know, your house might be a little dirtier. You might be out some money because of buying some food for them. You might have things broken, things might go missing, and so forth. In fact, I'll tell you something very personal. While I've been on the road, I've let someone use my house, and I'm back now, and they've trashed it. So I've got about 80 hours into cleaning it up, and things are broken, things are missing, and from a human point of view, I've really suffered by showing that act of Christian love, hospitality, to this couple. And it says in today's verse, I shouldn't be surprised at this fiery ordeal among them. Okay, now let's look at another verse, and I'll show you where I'm going with this. Okay, in John 15:18, Jesus says, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. Again, with this hospitality thing, I might think, again, from a human point of view, gee, I showed them a lot of love by letting them use my house, and they treated my love as nothing. They basically hated me in return by treating my house poorly. Okay? Two revelations. The first one is Jesus loves much more than any human can love him back. He loves me more than I could possibly love him back. And yes, he loves the whole world more than they can possibly love them back. And he says, if the world hates you, know that it hated me before it hated you. So even though I am practicing hospitality and showing this love to this couple, the fact that they have hated me, or at least not loved me by taking care of my place, I'm in good company. I'm in Jesus' company because they treat Jesus the same way. Jesus is used to this. So I know that I'm in the spot I'm supposed to be by practicing hospitality. But the second revelation is even cooler. And here it is. When we become Christians, we love Jesus more than anyone else or anything else. Even expensive things like my house, my RV, my car, all of that belongs to him because I give it to him. I give Jesus all of my human love, as miserable and weak as it is, but I give him all of that. In return, he gives me his love, which is much greater, much more wonderful, and it's even overflowing within me, okay? So now I've got all of his love coming out of me. When I use that love to show Christian love to others, for example, practicing hospitality, I'm not loving them with my own love. I've given all my own love to Jesus. No, I'm loving them with his love because I got so much to spare. And if they squander his love, I'm not really losing. I'm not losing out. That's why I shouldn't be surprised. I'm gaining because I still got more of his love. He always replenishes me. If he has to deal with them, he'll deal with them. So I'm going to choose to love every moment. And if we do, we're going to love every moment. I'm your average Wretch, and I hope you have a great week.